Hello everyone, how you doing? And welcome back to the I Never Show. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And today I want to talk about a topic which I've never really delved into, and that is YouTuber movies.
Fred, the movie.
I'm gonna die!
Are you serious? This is torture. You're torturing me and everyone else watching. Wait.
Now, a concept which has genuinely interested me for quite a while now is when a YouTuber takes the step from making regular YouTube videos uploading onto the website to moving towards traditional media. Now, traditional media can be a whole wide variety of different things such as television shows, films, music, video games, and books. And when these YouTubers decide to take this massive jump into traditional media, for the most part, it really hasn't worked out too well for these creators.
Cram all your stuff in the bag, like that. When it's all in there, you know what I mean? Lob it in the bin.
For example, a YouTube channel that you may know, known as Smosh, released a movie a few years ago called The Smosh Movie. Yes, very creative, and this movie went down with a massive round of applause with a 3.3 rating on IMDb, and this isn't the first time YouTubers have, not exactly got good ratings. A few years ago, Alfie Days moved into literature, if you can really call it that. It was more of a book which you kind of write yourself and then you give Alfie £10 or £5. I'm not too sure what the price is, but these things, they don't really go down too well. Now, one of my personal favourites comes from British and South African creators KSI and Casper Lee, where they released
a cinematic masterpiece
known as Laid in America. Because what else do other young adults get up to other than getting laid? I mean, they'd probably just be making YouTube videos. I don't really think it's much of a surprise that Laid in America didn't exactly do too well in the box office and in the review office. In fact, the only thing that really surprised me about this film was Casper Lee saying the M-word.
What's up? Friend. Friend.
Well, you look at this nigga.
I'm not gonna show the full clip, but what a strange time 2016 was.
What are you doing?
Whoa, you can't say that, bro.
I mean, you're not wrong, Comedy Shorts Game. You are. I'm so confused. Why did this happen? You haven't seen the full clip, but I'm just so dumbfounded.
What?
I mean, we should just move on to the topic and stay. So moving away from these mainstream YouTubers, I want to move on to today's subject of a talking point, and that is obviously ONISION. To be honest, I haven't spoken about ONISION for an extremely long time, and on this channel at one point, there was a time where I spoke about this guy more than I spoke about Marvel now, and that's saying something. That's really saying something, in fact, because I am f***ing obsessed. Now, somehow, if you don't really know who ONISION is, he's basically somewhat, sort of a YouTuber. He's basically a big flopping fish, and one minute he flops to the side accidentally and accidentally put a copyright strike on the channel, and then the next minute he's flopping onto the other side and he's like, I accidentally threatened to put my girlfriend in my basement for smoking cannabis, and he just flops around. Big flop, big flop. That's what ONISION is. I don't know. That's my best summary. In short terms, ONISION is a very special subject. He's a very special man, and probably not for all the right reasons. And recently, I discovered that ONISION, in the past a few years ago, had actually released a film. The Vampire, ONISION horror short film. Now, if I'm being fully honest right now, if this film isn't a 7-minute short film of ONISION pretending to be Edward Cullen in full costume whilst doing an anime run, I'll be disappointed. I will be disappointed. So ONISION, if you're listening right now, you better have done that. And if you didn't do that, we'll go onto Amazon right now and get that Edward Cullen costume and go put it on. That sounded weird. So what I'm now going to go and do is basically, it's 2 in the morning, and I'm just going to go sit in bed and watch an ONISION horror short film from 2011, because that's what I do with my time, because I'm a really cool guy and I have loads of friends and I'm really lonely, and this is what I do with my time. So I just finished the ONISION short film, and there's really only one positive thing I can say about this, and that's the fact that this video isn't on the ONISION channel, so I can't get copyright striked. So I think this is the only thing we can really celebrate. So let's get the party poppers out. Oh, that was loud. That was loud. Oh, that was loud. That sounded like a gunshot. Oh my god, that hurt. James, I'm sorry. That wasn't meant to be that loud.
My ears hurt. My ears. Oh, let's get into the review. Ow. Ow.
Okay, so actually getting into the review, the film starts in a very enthralling and grasping manner by telling you that this film is based on a true story. The morbid horror music in the background, the VHS effect, and the red text, it's all accumulating to the combination of a textbook terrible horror film. A really, really bad horror film. Honestly, at this point, when a horror film or horror television show tells me that this is based on a true story, it really does nothing but make me be less scared. I mean, anyone can do this. Anyone can do the VHS effect. I mean, just look at this. This movie is based on a true story. On the 19th of August 2019, INABBER Television, who you should follow on Instagram, took a poo in his toilet. Viewer discretion is advised. You see, lads, it's really not that difficult. Anyone can do it. Just stop it. Just stop it. Tell me that this is all fictional, and then I'll get f***ed up because I know anything can happen. Anything's on the cards. When you tell me it's real, I'm thinking, oh, okay, there's a murderer. Whoa. That's not happened 50 billion times. Now, the majority of this film is based on found footage. Now, this is a pretty typical horror genre in the modern day of where the recordings are not done on an HD camera. There isn't a camera crew, rather than the actual recordings are based on, say, CCTV footage or just a handheld camera, which is a very nice and niche genre, which in the last 10 years has really become the main sort of horror vibe. If anything, it's become a bit generic, but when it first came out with Paranormal Activity and the Blair Witch Project, it was nice, it was new, it was creative because it seemed so much more real. But the thing is, ONISION, or whoever was in charge of this film that ONISION is featuring in, couldn't actually do that correctly. Because yes, there is found footage, but also there is a camera crew with an HD camera.
Okay? Just trust me.
Now, a genuine question I have for the director of this film after seeing this scene is, do you not realise that when you have this black and white, morbid, dark tone for this horror film, do you not realise when you switch to an HD camera in colour, do you not realise that kind of makes the found footage bit just seem no longer worthy? It just seems a bit worthless because the whole found footage thing is meant to be enthralling because there is no cameraman. You can't really do both. It just seems a bit weird. It seems a bit stupid, in fact. It seems that you haven't quite studied the genre. Okay, but moving away from the director and all that morbid black and white stuff, we move on to the actual plot, and the main protagonist is our boy himself, ONISION, and the first scene we get of him is him making some tunes. You know what? It is nice to know that ONISION, in a world of horror and dark spirits and demons and vampires, he can just continue doing what he loves. He can continue making his tunes because, you know, he is a musician. He is well known for famous hit songs such as I'm a Banana. I'm a banana, I'm a banana. That is a personal favourite of mine. Please do not speak to me if I'm a Banana is not your ringtone. But I'm wondering, and I think what we're all wondering right now, is what is ONISION working on here? Is he making I'm a Banana Part 2? Well, you actually can find out what ONISION is making, and it may be a bit of a spoiler, but I don't think we care. Let's see what ONISION is making right now. Oh wow, what a masterpiece. I'm sorry. Every single video in the last 4 weeks, I have had a terrible Minecraft joke in it. And some of you may think it's getting old, but I don't even care at this point. Revenge is back. It's iconic. It needs to get to #1. I'm sorry. If you like the video, I'll stop with the Minecraft jokes. Okay, but moving on to the premises of what is actually going on right now in this film. Basically, it cuts back to CCTV footage, and I guess at this point, Onision is trying to spook us, you know. We've got the HD color cameras, but back to the black and white found footage that just pretends that we didn't have that close-up lovely shot of Onision's big puckered lips. Let's forget that. And then moving away from the
spooky CCTV footage,
we move on to the second character in this lovely film, Onision's sister.
Here, I want to show you something. Johnny!
Now, at this point in the movie, somebody with what I would consider to be a simple mind would start to get a little bit scared, a little bit anxious, because, you know, there's something about old-fashioned 1950s and 1960s Disney cartoons which really are a little bit creepy, you know. They get the old goosebumps going. But what I have to say is no. This was uploaded in September 2011. This girl should be watching iCarly, Drake and Josh, Zoe 101, Victorious.
there are plenty of classics out there at that point. She should not have been watching this in 2000.
Oh my God. September 2011. A month after August 2011, in which... No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Okay, now moving back on to the actual premises of the plot, we move on to the final character in this cinematic universe. And yes, of course, it's the villain. Now, is the villain Thanos? Is it Loki? Is it Ra's al Ghul? Is it James Marriott? I mean, that would be quite scary. But no, it's none of them. It's the textbook found footage silhouetted character which turns up on your doorstep. Because what else can we do in horror films other than rehash villains? Am I right? Okay, yeah, this is actually quite a scary scene. When I first saw this, I wasn't scared, but I was kind of on edge. I was kind of, you know, falling off my bed, just kind of crying. But, you know, it was decent. But the problem is, a second after that, we move on to an HD close-up of his big, bloody, puckered up lips. And I'm wondering... why? Onision, I didn't want to see that. I don't need to see that. Why are you giving me these big lips? I don't need to see that. Keep that away from me. Keep that in an 18+ film. I don't need this. There is no reason for me to see this. This removes the tone completely. It's like, oh, here's some mysterious found footage and here's some big old plucky lips. Get your lips ready because we're going to have a big old smooch. Get them ready. Go. I don't need that. I don't need that. Not on my horror films. I don't think Jordan Peele anytime soon is going to go for the close-up lip scene. I just don't feel like that's going to be a thing in the horror industry, you know? Maybe it will, but for some reason I don't feel like it will be. Okay, aside from big puckered up lips, we actually are getting on to the climax of this short film. Somehow. Nothing's actually happened yet, but we're almost at the climax, which begins at 11:01 p.m. Ow, what? Why are you doing that? Why are you playing the high-pitched sound of it? I don't need that. That's not even creepy. That's just annoying. That's plain out annoying. That hurt my ear.
Hello?
911, what is your emergency?
Emergency? I didn't dial 911.
This is a return call from 911. Somebody called 911 from this number.
Well, I didn't call you.
We received a call from this number.
I don't think there is an emergency. I didn't call you.
Are you alone in the house?
No, my little sister is upstairs.
So after receiving this spontaneous phone call from the police, because, you know, in this universe, rather than you calling the police actually call you, Onision, he decides to do some investigation, because also, in this universe, rather than the police coming over and doing the investigation, you do the investigation. Mind you, I say that, but that does actually sound like American police. I'm not gonna lie, just for the sake of it being Onision, this part of the film is genuinely quite creepy. He's going up the stairs, it's the found footage, the old style cartoon music is playing, it's genuinely sounding like a bit of a horror film, but again, the tone just gets shifted when it switches to a camera crew of all these tight angles, the HD colourful camera. What is the point? Who chose to do this? Just switch to the other CCTV camera. I don't need to see these under footage camera shots. I don't need that. Now, to be fully fair to the camera crew for a second, because you are doing a fantastic job, I do just have to ask the question of what houses have CCTV inside the house? I get on the outside, but on the inside, that just seems a little bit off, a little bit creepy. That's not a thing here in Britain, but maybe it's a thing in America? I'm not too sure, but it just seems a little bit extra, and it seems a bit weird that you would have CCTV in and out of your house, but you don't have healthcare. Okay, now moving back on to the actual movie itself, we get on to what I would describe as the worst jump scare in cinematic history. It comes when Onision is looking for his sister, and I don't even know if this was meant to be a jump scare because it's that bad. You could literally see the girl's hair in the shot before she popped up. Now, I don't know if this is an error on the editor's part or the camera crew's part, but was this a jump scare? Can you guys work this out for me? Was this meant to be a jump scare? Because I'm having a hard time here. It's so bad. I'm guessing it was meant to be a scary moment, but it was kind of let down by the fact that we knew it was going to happen. And then after the worst jump scare in the world, we get on to the climax of this film, where Onision has a confrontation, and it's just, oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. So this whole thing just results in Onision beating the out of this dude. This isn't even a horror film anymore. This is MMA. This is Conor McGregor versus Khabib. This is just so random. The heavy metal music in the background. Where is the horror elements here? It's just a massive punch up. Who wrote this, man? Who wrote? I mean, Onision probably wrote it, but still, what? Why? But now this is pretty much the ending of the film. This is where the police predictably turn up at the ending. You know, the murder on Onision's part has happened, I'm pretty sure. And you know, Onision doesn't go in for questioning. He doesn't go and see his family. He just goes back into his house. You know, somebody's broken into your house and tried to kill you, but you're not going to go to the police station. It's all a bit bad. That's genuinely what it is. It's just terrible. The writing is awful, and you know, fair play to ONISION. I'm going to give him credit. He came out of his comfort zone. He did something different. I haven't made a film, but it doesn't change the fact that this film is a complete cinematic mess. In the space of 7 minutes, we've gone from a Minecraft parody song to Conor McGregor versus Khabib. How does that happen? How does that happen in the ONISION cinematic universe? I don't know, but we've just witnessed it, and I hope you've enjoyed this spectacular review of mine. I've never reviewed a film before, but I'm actually enjoying this concept. So if you want me to do more things like this, let me know in the comment section. Like the video. I want to review Shane Dawson's film, but I'm kind of worried about the backlash, despite I would probably be very nice. If you do want that, like the video, 15,000 likes, and I will review Shane Dawson's movie. And if there's anything else you want me to talk about, any reviews, let me know in the comment section. And please don't forget to follow my Instagram at inabber. There's really nothing else I can say about this movie other than it being a 1 out of 10. Actually, a 2 out of 10. I'm going to give it a nice, generous 2 out of 10, purely for that final fight scene. That is the end of the video. I really do hope you've enjoyed this new form of format. Thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And again, don't forget to like the video. And please subscribe to my second channel. That is the end of the video. And I will see you in the next one. Peace out, people.